Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Gone Rogue. And in this episode of Gone Rogue, I'm going to talk about this new year and the plans that I have for this YouTube channel in the new year of 2022. That is right. In this episode of Gone Rogue, I'm going to talk about this new year and the plans that I have for you, for our YouTube channel in 2022. But before I start talking about new things, not really new things, that's the preview of this today's topic on this channel. On this episode of Gone Rogue, we also reflect what the last year has been, especially since the last 2 years, that is, since the start of the pandemic. So I hope we get something out of this YouTube channel and treat this episode of Gone Rogue as kind of like an update, the state of this channel. So first off, I want to reflect back what 2021 was and 2020 ever since the pandemic has started. I felt that this pandemic was just one full long year since COVID-19 originally started in 2019, but December of 2019, but took a major effect in the early months of 2020. But before I get off topic, let's talk about what the last 2 years, the last 20 months, or 2 years, what it was. So the last 2 years, the last 20 or 22 months, or since the pandemic began, was probably for everybody was the most challenging thing in our life, especially if you're the same demographic or age like me, born in the late 80s or early 90s, or even in the 2000s. This is probably probably the toughest time in the most challenging times of our lives. And I say that because when I was going through my typical social media posts, I've seen there are other generations that had it worse. One generation had it worse through the flu pandemic of 1918, World War I, the Great Depression, World War II. I mean, that's more tougher than what we're facing through. What we're facing through is the pandemic and the economic impact of this pandemic, and especially the loss of lives of this pandemic. And that's the major brief of about this pandemic. That this pandemic has took an effect on what we want to do in life and the progress of what we want to achieve, what we wanted to achieve for the last two years. And if you stayed tuned on my previous episodes of Gone Rogue at this time and point of last year, I wanted to start a new series on this channel that deals with a top 10, basically the top 10 of anything, or kind of like a food review channel that never really took off. Just last year, I started a different channel called Ambitious Designer, and what Ambitious Designer created by me was to inspire the next generation of designers to become the best that they can be through my knowledge and ideas related to the design industry. And that is what I started last year, and that's a totally different channel created by me, but I want to focus and continue to grow on this channel. So the two things that I want to do for this channel that I announced in 2021 never took off because of this pandemic, of not being able to go out as much as I I wanted to go out. So back to what I was saying. I really don't expect anything different in 2022. Don't expect something new in 2022. Gotta get used to saying 2022 instead of 2021 or 2020. Man, it's been like 2020, 2021, 2022. That's been like 3 full years. Doesn't feel like it was been 3 full years. I still remember what I was doing on January 26th when Kobe Bryant died, and a couple of weeks later the pandemic took a major toll in this country. But back to what I was saying is, don't expect new things on this channel for this year, since the pandemic, as much that we wanted to leave this pandemic behind, we are still going through this pandemic. It might be a couple of more years, and I hate to say a couple of more years since we are all tired of this pandemic, but we still got to take precautions, and we got to be mindful of ourselves, of how we navigate through the toughest times of our life. But that being said, I just want to keep you up to date on this YouTube channel. There's not going to be any changes for 2022, but I really hope that 2023, even though that is 12 months from now, 2023 will bring, the pandemic will start. The more that we know about this pandemic, the more that we can be at ease and go back to our daily life pre-pandemic. I just want to keep you up to date and informed on what this YouTube channel about, and really hope this year is better than the last 2 years it was. Really hope that we put this pandemic behind us a lot sooner than later. That is what we all want. Hopefully that is all what we all want. So that's all I just want to say, and hopefully that your new year, whether it's resolutions or the goals that you have this for new year, is a great one. For me, for my new year, I really don't have any goals. Every time I reach a new year, I reflect back. Same thing what I did for this, with what I'm doing now, is reflect back and see what I can do for this new year. But that's basically what I want to share with you for this episode of Gone Rogue. Hopefully your holidays, it was great. Hopefully your holidays was great. And yeah, so that's all I want to share for this episode of Gone Rogue. And let's hope that 2022 was better than the last 2 years. So yeah, so that's about it for this episode of Gone Rogue. If you like this video, please give this video a huge thumbs up. Comment section below what you think about this video. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be sure to check out my other YouTube content that's on this channel. And thank you for watching Gone Rogue. And I'll see you on next one.